What's up, y'all? This is Dames. You're tuned in to Rolling Outs, breaking down the bars.
What is going on, everybody? Back again here for Rolling Out, breaking down the bars. Your host, Malik Brown. And you know when I say breaking down the bars, we got some type of special artist in the building. And today, I am with no other than Dames, man. What's going on, Dames?
What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing?
Man, doing good, doing good. Thank you for coming on, man. Speak with us. How's it going today?
It's going good, man. I'm blessed to be here. Thank y'all for having me. How you doing?
Definitely doing good, man. Doing good. Definitely want to dive in. Know who Dames is, and I know you got some new stuff. So definitely want to talk about that. So, I
Sure.
mean, firstly, just starting off, I mean, who is Dames?
Dames is he's just a multifaceted artist. He wears a lot of hats. He's been through quite some things, and he is a rapper, singer, dancer, choreographer, creative director, um video editor. I try to do it all. But music is my passion, always has been since I was a little kid. I put out 5 projects since my first one came out in 2014 when I was in college, and about to put out my 6th one this summer. So I'm really, really excited about that.
So, where did it all start for you? Where did where did your love for music come from?
Probably when I was a little kid, I was the youngest of all brothers, and we all kind of had like our own like niches. And like my oldest brother was really into the video games, and then my brother Ryan, who passed away, he was really into sports, and then I was just always really into the music. And so growing up, I was always like writing poetry, and it kind of turned into like song form once I got to like high school, and I started to like when life kind of got real. And when I got to college, after my brother passed away, that's when I decided to, uh, purchase some studio equipment, and create like a makeshift studio in my college dorm and apartment. And it was just the started from there.
What kind of music kind of, I guess, inspired you through your music journey?
Mostly R&B and hip hop. Growing up, that was definitely I mean, and my taste just kind of grew from there, whether it was pop or alternative or like blues or jazz kind of stuff, house, as I got older. But initially, like at my root, definitely like R&B and then hip hop for sure.
So for you, when was the moment where you kind of look back and you were like, dang, like I can really do this as something that's my purpose, that's my passion. When did you really know that this was something that you really wanted to do?
Well, I knew it was something that I really wanted to do when I was little, when I was a little kid watching, my favorite artists. But I felt like when I feel like I could really probably do it was probably when I landed the Out magazine cover in 2020. And just like that was like a global publication, and like I was getting like hit up from people all around the world saying they had like seen the magazine and like read my story and was telling me to keep going and how inspired they were. So that was really dope to experience, and just to I was just really honored just to be on the cover and of the Pride issue. It was a really big deal, and so I think that was the moment where I was like, okay, I could probably really do this.
I know you said something about your favorite artists. Who are some of your favorite artists?
All time, definitely Beyonce. If you know me, you know that. I would say other than that though, probably Lana Del Rey. I'm wearing her shirt now. I really love who else? Like Big Crit. I grew up, Usher. Uh, let's see. I know I'm blocking right now on a lot of them. Cuddy. Uh, Man, I know I'm blocking right now, but yeah, those are my top off the top of my head for sure.
That's a good list. That's a good list. So, getting into the music, when you're, rapping, singing, shoot, even a dancer, how would you describe your style? What do you think you bring to music as a whole?
I would describe it as just, like authentic and like really, really versatile. I try not to put myself in a box. I feel like, I'm a very complex, individual, and I have a lot of different sides to me. So I try to like express those different sides in my music and in my presentation and my performances. I love to dance, I love to sing, I love to rap. I love different types of like songs and different types of feelings and emotions. And so I'm not just like one type of artist. And I never saw myself as one type of artist. And my favorite artists, they're not those types of artists either. So I would just, describe it as just, multifaceted and that's honestly eclectic. That's kind of the best way I would put it.
And you talk about, being able to do different things, in the music industry specifically. What's the power of being versatile when it comes to, music?
I think it's it is you're able to connect with more people because you're not just catering to one type of sound or one type of like vibe or energy. I don't just do club records. I do like love songs and songs about real life stuff and you know love and heartbreak and personal struggles and just all different types of things. And so like you're able to connect with people on different levels, and you're not just people don't just want to turn you on when they want to feel good, when they want to go to the club, but they can also turn you on when they want to feel a different type of vibe. So I think those types of artists kind of set you apart from the pack.
So going into Contrary to Norm, of course, it's one of your songs on your upcoming album.
Mhm.
Just tell us about that, and what was that all centered around?
So contrary to norm, I wrote that song like maybe early last year. I was in a really dark space, going through a lot of stuff personally, and I just needed to get a lot off, and my last two projects were like really turned up and really like confident, and like I kind of wanted to return back to the music that I was making when I first started out, and I was a lot more personal and vulnerable, a lot more I feel relatable in a sense. And I I just had a lot to get off. And so, I lost my brother when I was 17. My parents were divorced about a year, maybe 2 years before that happened, when I was 16. And so, it was just a lot of like back to back, like tumultuous events. And music was, where I found refuge. And the song just kind of represents like it's kind of just like the story of my life in a sense, or just kind of like why who I am, in a song. And I wanted to really kind of like put the turn up to the side for a little bit, and bring like storytelling and like vulnerability into the forefront.
Just how important is mental health when it comes to being, in music, and being able to express, your struggles and everything that you went through your life. How important is that uh in your music?
It's really important for me because not just for one, most importantly, myself aside, I feel like, as a black man, just being able to be open about, struggles with mental health and just like things that we deal with, I think is important, especially for our generation, the generation, the Gen Z that's, looking at us. I think, we're getting a lot better at becoming better at talking about it, just being able to articulate our um what we're going through mentally, and not being afraid to talk about it or get help. Whereas the generation before us, our parents, and they weren't as open about it. And so it's like I think it's important for us to know that it's okay to talk about it. You know, we all go through it. We don't have to like pretend to be so strong all the time, you know, because it's not healthy. But on a personal note, you know, I there's, you know, my most popular records were the turned up songs and the club songs, and I really feel like it was important to show people that, you know, like, you know, a different side of my artistry, the people that, you know, may not be familiar with my back catalog, but you know, just be a little bit more, just show a little bit more of my artistry and my musicality, and show like, you know, different sides, and say like, hey, okay, like he can also do these types of records too. So yeah, it was important to put this, get this record like some shine, and not just have it on the album, because the thing I was gonna do initially, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna put it out on its own first and let it have its own moment.
So going into the album, Hell Now, Heaven Later. Um, First of all, the title. Um, Everybody's like, man, I mean, me personally, I want to go to heaven now.
Right.
But tell us about the title and what should we expect on this album?
For sure. So the title, you know, that title was just something that I had like locked in my head for like some years. On and contrary to norm is another one of those titles that was just kind of locked in my head for like maybe like 10 years now. I think I wrote a blog post on my website like when I started college, like 2012, and I think I had titled it that, and it just kind of stuck with me in my head. And then the Hell Now Heaven Later came to me a few years ago too, and I just kind of locked it in. And for me, it's, you know, like it kind of like represents like, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of going through it now, and like, you know, shit isn't perfect right now, and like things aren't what maybe what I want them to be, but I'm still hopeful for the future. And like, you know, like Heaven Later, it's like, you know, there's still a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you know, if I just get through this, you know, I'll be all right, you know, when I get to the other side. So I think it just represents like the struggle, but it also is hopeful, and it's like optimistic. And I think what we can expect from the album, you can just expect like a completely different side from Coverboy Dames and D Money Dames that, you know, people may be more familiar with from my last two projects. You know, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of singing, a lot of bars, you know, a lot of just, you know, me just, you know, really just expressing myself and really just pouring my soul out into my music. Um, it's really saxophone and piano heavy. So you can expect that on pretty much every track. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
So of course, you know, I feel like more over time, in the LGBT community, more people are starting to open up, and you know, especially artists now. For you, I want to ask you, how are you able to inspire and motivate others in the community, you know, to open up, you know, if they want to be an artist, you know, share their experiences in their music. How are you able to do that with your music?
I think for me, I just try to, you know, I don't really like, it's not something that really like set out to do like intentionally. I think it's just like I just try to, you know, to continue to be myself. And I think just being authentic, I think people could just see that, hey, like, you know, yeah, I'm more like you than I thought, or whatever, or I can do this too, you know. I think representation is just important for a lot of different reasons, but you know, I just try to just be myself and show people like, you know, regardless of what you've been through, you know, I've been through some really tough shit, and it's like, you know, I'm still here pushing and still dreaming, and like, you know, I feel like that's what it's all about, you know, still chasing the dream, and remember what it's all about, the music. So, you know, I just try to just show people like just to keep going. Like, you know, you just gotta keep going, and you know, believe in yourself, and you know, stay true to who you are.
Well, look, Dan, it's here breaking down the bars. We'd love to see if we can get our artists to give us at least a few bars, a little something something before they leave. Could you give us something before we head out?
All right, let me see. Um, let's see what I got. See what I got. Germany whip on the West End. Pirates boy with my best friend. Gang tight, they spinning like that top floor at the West End. Dang, I forget my lyrics. Y'all gonna have to wait for the single. That's coming out after Contrary to Norm next month. So yeah, that was just a little sneak preview.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, we got something. We got something, man. Look, we appreciate it, Dane. Thank you so much for coming on, speak with us about everything, man. Before you go, let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can find the music, where they can lock in with you.
For sure. Yeah, you can check me out everywhere at Damez. Really just type it in on Google. That's your easiest way. DAMEZ. That's on all my socials, streaming, all the streaming platforms. Make sure you go check out the back catalog to prepare for this new music. Make sure you check out the docu-series, the Go Hard docu-series. It's an ongoing docu-series that I put together. A new episodes coming out constantly. And yeah, just stay tapped in.
Well, y'all heard it here first, man. Thank you again, Dames. Make sure y'all check my guy out. We appreciate you for coming on Rolling Out, man, and we're here supporting you.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Definitely. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. This is Rolling Out, breaking down the bars. Your host, Malik Brown, my special guest, Dames, and we are out.